Well, good morning, everybody. It's about, what, 3:30 in the morning?
3:30, yes, sir.
And we're heading to,
Knoxville.
past Knoxville. We're going to
Oh,
Asheville,
shit.
North Carolina.
First, okay, fair enough.
And why are we going to Asheville, North Carolina? We found our Mustang 2 front end that's already had the conversion done on it. And it's worth the trip. So, let's go. Well, we made it back from Asheville, North Carolina. Yeah, just a nice little 11-hour round trip. But we got what we went for. We got our Mustang 2 front end. And looking forward to cutting this thing all up now and get that integrated into the Studebaker frame. And, but baby steps. There's the Mustang 2 front end. Now, it's got some surface rust on it. It's been sitting for a little bit. But when I talked with the guy, he had put a new manual racking pinion on it. Already converted over to the 5-lug rotors. New master cylinders. New brakes, new brake lines, or brake hoses. And originally, he had it was going to go underneath a Galaxy, but the horsepower that he's going to be pushing, he wanted to change the front end up, so he decided to cut this one back out, put a different setup in, so he had no use for this anymore, and now we have it. So looking forward to getting this whole cross member and front end out from underneath this Studebaker to get that one in. But the Mustang 2 front end also came with a set of new upper tubular A-arms, so we're definitely going to be using those. We got the stabilizer bars for it. They came with it also, but we're also thinking maybe changing the lower control arms out with a different setup so we don't have to use those anymore, but we'll see what happens. Budget wise, the main thing for now is to get that Mustang 2 front end grafted into the Lark, and it's going to be a lot of measuring, taking pictures, measuring marks off the body to the frame to this front end on the Lark, because this one's set up to where the A-arm actually kicks back further than one on the Mustang 2 front end. So all this is basically with the Mustang 2 is going to be switched over to here, but be able to keep our same center line on the wheel to the fender. So definitely going to be a lot of measuring, some geometry going on. Make sure we get everything where it's supposed to be and not have any issues when it gets time to go to the alignment shop. So that's going to be coming shortly. Other than that, I really haven't done anything since the last video. It's been cold here. I've been under the weather a little bit. There's some crud going on right now. I've got a touch of it. You can probably hear it in my voice right now. But I was able to do some little bit of work. I got this rust area all cut and welded in where it was rusted out. And then that piece I made in the last video, I've got it in place for the most part. I still got to finish some welding up on it, but it turned out pretty good, which I can't complain about that. I just got to finish up doing some welding on it. I still got to cut all this out and replace some metal inside of here, get it sprayed with like, I guess like a neutralizer. I've got it, another can of it over here somewhere. But basically turns the rust back into metal, keeps it from going any further. So once I get that sprayed in there and settled, and then I can go ahead and get my piece cut for this side, get it welded in, and then get my bar set up for this side here. And once I get it in place, then I'm gonna feel comfortable about cutting the rest of the floor out. But yeah, I mean, a little slow week. But like I said, baby steps, a little at a time. We did get some more scrap out of here. I did get the motor out of here. Ethan and a friend of ours, Derek, did that while we were gone today. So that's out of the way, but I did save some important parts off of that 170. Like the starter, distributor, carburetor, the fuel pump. Stuff I can put on the shelf, and if it sits for a while, I'm not worried about it. And because it's not taking up a whole lot of space, so eventually it would probably sell. So we'll see how that goes, but at least I got a little bit more room. Got my tank hooked up to the welder. We'll see how that goes. And yes, it's my cheap Chicago electric welding system, but she'll do the job. I can probably use a better one, but just don't have the money right now, but she'll do. So basically, I mean, that's about it. We got our front end. We got new A-arms, stabilizers. So I got stuff I can do now. Thought we had a line on a right front fender for this thing. There's a guy that lived on the other side of Knoxville that has some Studebaker parts, but unfortunately, we couldn't get where we could meet up. He was going to be available tomorrow, which wasn't going to work for me because where he lives at and where I live at is about 200 miles. So hopefully, if I have somebody that happens to go through there, coming back through there, I might be able to set something up that way. If not, it's going to have to be later on down the road. And, or maybe another one will pop up. We'll see what happens. But other than that, guys, it's cold here. I'm going to get inside and get warmed up. Take some more medicine to get rid of the stuff going on in my lungs right now. But hopefully be back on this thing soon. I'm really looking forward to swapping this front end over. And by that, y'all have a good one, a safe one, and I'll see you down the road.